Hi, everyone. I'm Sal Johnson. I'm editor and publisher of GolfObserver.com, and with me is Dave Seanor from his palatial mansion down in Florida. Hey, nice digs you have there.
Hardly palatial, Sal. It's nothing like that beautiful horse country where you live.
Well, a person that's going to beautiful countryside is John Daly. After 5 months, he's back playing golf. He's going over to Spain to play in the Spanish Open. What's your take on this?
Well, I talked to JD's agent, Bud Martin, this morning. He says that he is cautiously optimistic about John's chances there. He acknowledged that JD still has a ways to go, but he seems to be very committed to turning himself around. He had the lap band surgery, and as a result of that, he's lost close to 50 pounds. He's down to about 215 or 220 now. He spent all last week with his new instructor, Rick Smith. They seem to be making some progress, evidently. So they seem to think if he can putt, he's got a chance to at least be in the hunt there.
Well, when you talk about cautiously optimistic, does that mean he's not going to get arrested? Or get in trouble or any? Well, let's
Oh,
give John the
harsh.
benefit of the doubt. We want to see John return. We want to see him, back to normal and not drinking. He's had terrible bouts with alcoholism. He's had bouts with gambling and things along those lines. He almost got it together in 2004. He won in San Diego at the Buick. Then a year later, 2005 in San Francisco, he was in a playoff with John Daly with Tiger Woods at the American Express Championship. Three putted from 15 feet, lost that, went on another binge. Hasn't been the same since. So we just hope, we want to see a strong John Daly. He's good for the game if he does everything the right way.
Well, I've said for years that this guy is a testament to the resiliency of the human body, that he can put himself through what he does and still come out there and play as well as he does at times. And I think it's kind of interesting on his website. He mentions, and it's a little bit of a jab at Butch Harmon, I think, but he mentions how nice it is to be with an instructor who has a positive attitude about him. So we'll see what that translates to.
Yeah, just to take Butch's defense on this, Butch was pretty positive for 3 or 4 months, just didn't like the direction that Daly was going. And then when the whole thing at the pods happened at the Hooters tent, it
Yeah.
was all she wrote. And we haven't really seen much of John Daly, and he's been on a slide. Hopefully he's got things together
Well,
again.
speaking of another former Butch Harmon client, we got Tiger Woods back in action this week at Quail Hollow. Is this Tiger versus the field again?
Well, it's always Tiger versus the field, but we're kind of hoping, since Phil Mickelson's in the mix, that we have a mano-a-mano on Sunday with Tiger. We have one with Phil Mickelson, final pairing, final match and everything, and go down to the final hole. That's what the game really wants to see. It's going to be very important the next 2 weeks, because we got this little hint at the Masters that Tiger's game was a little not right, that he was having some struggles with Hank Haney. We don't know if these are rumor, gossip, what the deal is, but we're going to really find out and see. Is there problems in paradise with Hank Haney? Does Tiger have the swing going? Did he work on it in
Oh, come on!
last
The
3
guy
weeks?
didn't exactly chop it up at the Masters, and I think all that stuff's a little bit overblown. I do think that he's not going to have the pressure on him that he puts on himself at majors. So I think it's going to be a great shootout, because you got an absolute star-studded field at this thing. And that being said, my pick for the week is Sean O'Hara. I like Tiger, but Sean O'Hara has had, 6 top 15s in 8 medal play starts this year. Took Tiger to the wire at Bay Hill. He's a guy I think that we really need to watch at Quail Hollow. So who do you like?
Well, Sean wants a little redemption. I kind of like Jeff Ogilvy because of the fact that he's on a golf course that I think he'll do very well on. He hasn't done that well in the last 6 weeks and ready to go. Again, I still like Phil Mickelson. And hey, you know what? Tiger Woods, you have to pick him every week.
Okay, so you like Ogilvy. He's one of 18 Australians in that field. And speaking of Australia, there was a little bit of news down there related to Tiger. Can you talk about that?
Well, there was a report on Friday in the Australian Telegraph that basically said that they were IMG owns the Australian Masters and was trying to get the TV rights. There's 3 networks down there, and they put it up for bid, and all 3 said no. And then we're finding out that the reason they said no, they don't mind paying the big bucks for Tiger Woods at the Australian Masters, but IMG wanted them to sign up for 3 years.
Yeah.
So as as of right now, that tournament is slated to be on Fox TV, which over in Australia is a pay service.
Yeah, well,
unfortunate, don't you think?
Yeah, well, it was not exactly up for bid. I mean, IMG said the price was $3 million, and as you said, that'd be fine if Tiger was guaranteed in 2010 and 2011 as well, but he's not. And I kind of expect maybe they'll go back to the negotiating table, because the whole premise of this thing for the government paying him the $3 million appearance fees, because it was going to bring back an estimated $19 million in revenue, and it's supposed to kind of jumpstart golf in Australia, and that's not going to happen if it's not on regular TV.
Well, Dave, another enjoyable session. Guys, we're going to be doing this. You're going to see us on Monday mornings, and you're going to see us Tuesday afternoon. We're going to do 2 of these a week. We want your participation. We want your ideas. We also want your videos. We're going to try to get you incorporated in our little scheme here. So next Monday we'll be back. Look forward to seeing you then.
Take care, Sal.